LeBron James is stepping away from the Lakers for personal reasons, but a lot of speculation that it's a trade. But how does it affect the Bulls? So we're going to talk about the ramification of this right after this intro.
This is your home for all things Chicago Bulls. Join the conversation. You're listening to Chicago Bulls Nation.
All right, Bulls Nation. So LeBron is screwing with the Bulls again, unintentionally this time, of course. He's not doing this to spite the Bulls, but with his actions, it has implications for the Chicago Bulls. Because as we know, we are trying to trade two of our, stars, which is Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic. With LeBron doing this, personal reason stepping away, and it might not be anything. There's a lot of speculations out there, trades, the DD thing. We're not gonna speculate on that, but it affects the Bulls trade. The two of the biggest teams that are being linked for Zach LaVine are both the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. It's maybe just a coincidence. I don't know. LeBron's moves are always calculated, but there are reports that LeBron James are pushing a trade towards the Golden State Warriors. If that happens, obviously that takes away both Lakers and the Golden State Warriors into the mix when it comes to Zach LaVine. If that does happen, that affects the Bulls tremendously, because I'm banking on, like, let's say if the Golden State loses X amount of games, that they will be desperate enough, maybe to pick up Zach LaVine. And I'm not even looking for 2 first rounders. I'm just looking for some sort of expiring to get Zach LaVine over there, so that's something more realistic. So the Bulls can finally kickstart this rebuild that they're trying to do. But with LeBron hanging into that means we're going to have to hang on to LaVine a little longer, and that means winning more games that we're not supposed to. We might win the game tonight. If you keep on doing that, you are flirting with giving up your pick this year, which I'm not totally against, because at some point you're going to have to give up your pick to San Antonio. It's a matter of whether it's top 10 protected or top 8 protected. The thing is, I just want clarity of what the Bulls would want to do. I'm sure they want to trade Zach, but if the market is really bleak and nothing would happen, we might as well try to increase our chances to make that pick as low as possible and try to compete. Because the last thing you want to do is dwindle around that, I guess, play-in tournament, and then all of a sudden you get 11 picked, and then you give it San Antonio. If you're going to give it to San Antonio, you might as well be 18th, like a Dalen Terry or something. How is that going to happen? I don't know. The East is so weak that maybe 1 or 2 players, if you want to really get out of that San Antonio thing, because right now, I don't think we can out-tank the other teams. The way the Bulls are playing, and trust me, I do want to keep this pick as much as possible. But the fact of the matter is, I don't think we are going to suck that bad to be even top 10. So that means if you're not going to be top 10 anyway, the way our standing is right now, I think we're in the play-in. Man, you might as well try to compete at this point. And then get it over with. You get it over with. You give away your pick. Zach is 1 year removed from that dreadful contract. Vooch is now expiring. Maybe now you can focus on really tanking, if that makes sense. But yeah, this because I want this trade for Zach to happen sooner rather than later. I want Vooch to be gone sooner rather than later. If the goal is to tank, because those two are helping us win games. And trust me, I don't like the idea of tanking. But if that's on the books and that's what we're trying to do, then get it over with, right? Get it over with. But with LeBron doing what he's doing right now, like I said, that takes away LA. Because if LA decides to trade LeBron, for example, to Golden State, and what was being reported, LA's not going to want Zach. They would want to rebuild. Now, do we have a market for AD? Would AD maybe want to go to Chicago, and pair him up with Vooch and Zach? Are we closer to contention that way? Is that even possible? I don't know. You know, he's a clutch. He's a clutch player. Maybe he requests that he wants to go to Chicago and team up with Zach, another clutch guy, and with Vooch. Now he got a center. Now he's a power forward. But what can we offer LA even, you know, to facilitate that trade? You know, young guys. I'm not willing to trade Matas. You know, he's young and he's an upside. So that is not going to work. There's nothing. I mean, does the Zach LaVine to Orlando still exist? Is that even a thing? There was no rumblings about that. We keep on hearing, you know, like from us, you know, Bulls fans around that, hey, that makes sense for them. Do they even want that? Does that mean we are going to be stuck with Zach LaVine for the remainder of his contract? That means 2 more years. And Zach LaVine is a good player. He's not a great player. He's not a good number 1 option, but he would win you games. That is the fact of the matter. And you will dwindle around the mediocrity. So the Bulls are caught here in a rock and a hard place. And LeBron just made it harder because the two teams that might, and I'm not saying they will, I'm saying they are the most possible destinations for Zach if he does, or even if he doesn't, even if he's just, you know, trying to rest his foot or whatever. He is complicating things. He's making things a lot slower for the Bulls and making other things harder than it should have been. God damn it, LeBron. I mean, if this all comes out that, you know, if he goes to Golden State and then we get AD, and even if AD sucked in the next, you know, even if we get him only for 2 years, 3 years, you know, I'll be okay with it. You know, if that means we're going to trade our younger guys, you know, meaning maybe Giddey. I don't know if the Lakers even want Giddey. You know, let's say Giddey, Kobe, Patrick Williams. We'll keep Ayo, our Chicago boy, with Zach, Matas. I don't know. Give him a couple of first. I don't know, man. But if that happens, then maybe it'll be better for the Bulls. But man, LeBron is just holding things up, and the Bulls are being affected by it. But let me know in the comments, what direction does the Bulls need to take? Because regardless, even if we keep this pick next 2 years, the Bulls are going to have to give up that pick to San Antonio. Does that mean we're going to suck for 3 years in a row? I don't even know if we're capable of it. I don't even know if we're going to suck this year. But I want to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.